Hey, what's up, guys? Just a quick video today, but Bad Empanada is scared to debate circumcision because he's admittedly wrong about the topic. It's just not important. So the tweet in question is apparently a or a not confirmed but worth keeping in mind tweet of Bad Empanada. Alt account on Twitter apparently saying circumcision is based. Bad Empanada thinks it's funny, so he's like, I will defend that take anyway, even though I didn't make it or it's not confirmed I made this take on Twitter. This official PMC guy, he says, Bad Empanada should call out circumcision, like he himself calls out Zionism. I mean, Bad Empanada is just kind of dunking on this dude, but like, I don't think it's really fair to like say this guy's takes on circumcision have anything to do with frustration with women. I mean, it's probably a safe bet in that it's more than 50% chance, but you know, it's speculation, obviously. And I don't really know about this guy at all. So, uh, yeah. So, Bad Empanada is scared to debate circumcision because one, it's a topic that he doesn't think is very important. And two, that he's self-admitted, like he thinks circumcision is wrong. He agrees with official PMC on this topic. He just doesn't care to have the debate on it because they agree. He's just like he'll also make a joke about it. So,
to Zionism and be like, when are you going to call that circumcision? Call that circumcision now. This is the issue.
but I don't know if this guy PMC equated circumcision to Zionism, but the Hebrew Bible or the Bible itself, the Old Testament, whatever you want to call it, has a story about Philistines being hunted for their circumcisions for a king. And the Bible is obviously all nonsense and stuff. I mean, depending on how you look at it, but like that story, that kind of story, the element of collecting foreskins in a war context is as relevant to the contemporary age as the city on a hill trope being attributed to modern nation states. You know, you can say circumcision isn't a big deal, but it's as big a deal as people make it. And in America, at least, you can say it's not a big deal, but it's a ubiquitous deal almost. It's a near ubiquitous deal for some weird reason in the US. But since Bad Empanada is neither an American nor uh whatever, yeah, it's sort of an irrelevant topic to him. So I obviously agree with that. And we're actually all in agreement that circumcision is bad, but
The issue of our time. Like, circumcision is like, is it wrong? I mean, yeah, but it's like a fairly minor thing. Like, you can live being circumcised and live a completely normal life. You can still fuck. You can pee in the toilet. It's not like this.
yeah, so obviously like individually circumcision is not a big deal for the vast majority of cases. And so if this guy was like a victim of circumcision, in the sense it was debilitating, that'd be one thing. I mean, people like to compare it to this.
The reason why he says that is to compare it to female genital mutilation, which is a different thing. It's not the same thing. One of those is debilitating. The other is not.
And so I'm not expert on um FGM, but the similarity is it's both mutilation. I mean, you can say it's not mutilation if you want, but I think the common thread there is it's cosmetic or pseudo medically necessary in the United States for some reason that I can't even begin to speculate on without becoming some kind of conspiracy theorist. Um, I mean, some people, I definitely think some people would say circumcision is the same thing or equivalent to FGM, but beyond that, there is a common thread or similarity between the two. Um, But yeah, it's obviously cringe to like say it's the same thing. It's like saying getting your ear pierced is the same thing as getting like your belly button pierced. Even something as like as small of a difference as that has, you know, a vastly different outcome.
An alternate universe, honestly, because like they genuinely think that other people's circumcision is like such a big deal, and with everything else that's fucking going on in the world, that we have the luxury of like
Yeah.
dedicating hours of our time to debating it. No, we don't. It's like I don't have the luxury to debate the merits of fluoride in toothpaste either right now.
His followers who see that video, right?
Yeah, and so Empanada says he doesn't have the luxury of debating fluoride in toothpaste either. I mean that's like a conspiracy theory thing. I mean maybe I don't know. It's comparable enough, I'll say. Uh, so yeah, Empanada doesn't have like the emotional cachet to dedicate himself to this topic for like even a meme debate, I guess, because he's scared. He's actually scared to debate, guys. Um, but the United States healthcare system has the luxury of circumcising like thousands of babies a year for pseudo medically necessary reasons. And honestly, as an uncirced guy, as a as an uncirced guy, I do feel a little discriminated against in America, in the United States specifically, with how people talk about foreskin. I feel body shamed for having foreskin, which isn't a big deal. Um, individually or even macro or especially macro wise as far as the issues the world has, but as trivial as it seems, there's nothing trivial about thousands of medical procedures being undergone every year. Or not that there's nothing trivial about it, but it's not completely trivial. It isn't entirely trivial. But you know, it's Empanada's right. I mean, honestly, I don't think Empanada has cachet in this game. If he was an American, I would get it because it's actually like insane. America's policy on circumcision, like there's a huge question mark there of like, why is this the case? Like, I have no idea, but it's like, it's one of those things about America where it's like, how, like, why? Why? You know, for what reason?
This, do you think that like being pro circumcision gets you okay, these guys believe in like the feminist dick cutting conspiracy.
And so, yeah, I don't think it's really fair for Empanada to be like, this guy is some kind of like misogynist who's frustrated with women and that's why he cares about circumcision. That might be the case, but I mean, Empanada is obviously not taking this very seriously. So, you know, I don't really care if he's just being like, yeah, this guy's probably frustrated with women and that's why he cares about his penis.
Can sometimes stay.
Yeah, 100% true. I need to be humble.
But if it's any consolation to A Shield for Men on YouTube, Empanada in this video multiple times concedes circumcision is wrong, and so there's really no debate to be had. So it's funny to say circumcision is based, and it's also wrong, or circumcision is also wrong. The other stuff of Empanada speculating that this guy is somehow bigoted because he thinks circumcision is wrong, or like he was equating circumcision to Zionism, I can't back that. Like, I don't know if that's even likely to be true. You know, it might be unlikely. It's possible, but you know, I might think it's unlikely, honestly. I don't know. But yeah, I have no idea. But it's equally likely as it is unlikely. But it is possible. But this isn't a serious topic, so I mean, Bad Empanada doesn't have to treat it seriously. But it'd be funny if this guy crashed out over it or not. I don't know. I mean, being like criticizing circumcision is like an inherent crash out. So that's kind of the cross you bear, I guess. And this is the foreskin I bear. So, all I got to say is come and take him. Me and all my uncirced buds, come and take him, bro. That's all I got to say. Come and take him.